Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Recovery Lab TV. My name is Chris. I'm your coach and sports therapist. And welcome to Recovery Lab. So today is Friday. It's officially our lower body prehab session. So if you've been doing our classes a while, you'll know exactly what's in store. If you haven't, welcome to Recovery Lab TV. So today's session is all about corrective exercise. It's about tackling those reoccurring non-contact injuries and reducing them by getting you nice and strong and doing those kind of preventative physiotherapy exercises to stop it happening in the first place. Okay, so if you're brand new or if you're here, welcome. Don't forget to use the comment section, say hello, don't be afraid, welcome yourself. It's always good to have a bit of conversation flowing throughout these live sessions. Today's session, all the things you're going to need are, one, a yoga mat. I have just behind me. Okay, you're going to need potentially something like a balance pad or something like that. Now, if you don't have a balance pad, just like this one, this ARX one, okay, what you're going to need, okay, obviously because that's a specialist, a piece of equipment, what you're going to need or what you could use is if you get a number of bath towels, okay, so if you fold them into a square, you get one or two towels you can literally stand on, and that will pretty much act as your balance pad, helping develop a bit of proprioception in the ankles. Another thing you're going to need are little mini bands. Here's a pack that I have that just go around your knees or your ankles. One of these little bands, okay, that we used in most of our sessions, and a technique bar, okay. So the bar is either a long wooden bar, okay. It can be a mop handle, a broom handle, you name it. Just need a straight pole, basically, and a little raised object, okay. Now that can be a little step, that could be a little box, as long as it's sturdy and can take your weight. I'm going to use a yoga block, okay. But yeah, something to stand on that's kind of raised up and a little sturdy, okay. Other than that, just need yourself potentially a drink if you need it, if you're dehydrated or you potentially sweat a lot, and maybe a towel for said face when you sweat, okay. Other than that, good morning, hope you're all okay. Happy Friday. Officially, weekend is starting after this session, okay. You've got some work to do first. Okay, so that being all said, what we're going to do is whiz back, okay. Going to draw back just like so. You're going to go in a box position to begin with. Going to draw up one leg, draw back the other leg, okay, and from that position, you're going to draw your hips down so you're able to stretch that back leg out, open up this groin, and then your hands are going to be in line with your heels, just like so, okay. From there, what you're going to do is just pause for a second, focus on your breathing, make sure your toes are faced forward. What I try and do is separate those toes, okay, just like so, and then place those hands there. What I'm going to do is, if you hold that position for me, I'm just going to move the camera back a little, just to give a little bit more perspective. There we go. Should be able to see me a little better now. Here we go. So separating those toes, what you're going to do now is bend that arm, okay. You're going to slide it down, keeping your forearm nice and straight. You're going to tap and shoot back up, okay. So it's a nice slide, bending the outside arm ever so slightly. So, almost there, one more. Good. From there, swap sides. Okay, don't go straight in yet, just warm yourself up a little. Get yourself comfy. Don't forget, draw your hip down. You want to feel that stretch on the front leg and on the groin just by here. Okay, and it's your wrist by your heel. Toes forward, fingers forward. Separate the toes if you can, give them a little wiggle. Balance, focus on your breathing, and then big deep breath in bending that arm and then sliding it down towards the floor, tap in, big draw up. Good. Okay, from there, what you're going to do, take your knees nice and wide, sink down if you can. Okay, that's going to stretch out your quads, going to stretch out your ankles for sure. If you need to, take a bit of pressure off, just lean forward and rest your hands down. If not, try and hold your hips. Open up your chest, draw your shoulders back and down so your spine's nice and straight. And kind of almost puff your chest out if you can, all right? So nice and gently, hold in that position. Should get a good old stretch. My quads are feeling tight today. I can feel it there in the fronts of my shins from running. So yeah, good. From there, grabbing yourself a little seat, just like so, okay? What you're gonna do, you're gonna bend one knee this way, okay? You know, the same knee trailing behind, just like that, okay? Gonna try and have your toes right where your knee is, just like this, okay? Now to begin with, you're gonna place your hands behind, okay? If I shuffle over a little bit, okay? You're then gonna roll over and come like that on that side, okay? So it's rolling the hip, just like there, and then going from side to side here, having no real weight on the legs itself, but just waking those hips up nice and gently, like so. Sit nice and steady. Good, two more. Last one. Good. Now, if you can, do this on your mat, right? So it's going to be there. Now, if you can, you're going to place your hands in front or on your hip. You're going to drive up, squeeze your bum, draw down, roll to the opposite side, draw up, squeeze your bum, and there. Now, if you need to, lean and help yourself up. Okay, place your hands down, lean over, help yourself up. But if you can, hold on to your hips. Draw it that way, okay? Good, two more. Good job. Okay, so from there, what you're going to do, you're going to grab one of these little mini bands, okay? Completely up to you which one you use. Typical go-to mini band, okay? Just like so, just like that. You're going to stick it on your feet. Just like that, okay? So, sitting up nice and tall. Place your hands behind you if you can. What you're going to do, you're going to draw your heels out, okay, and then draw your toes out, just like so. You've got a straight line as wide as you can. Now, bands a little bit stretched there, okay? Bands really stretched there. You should be able to feel it all alongside your shins, right up into your hip, okay? I want you to really puff your chest out and squeeze your shoulder blades together, okay? So take your feet as wide as you can. Knees and toes are going to face inwards, and then as you drive out, okay, your knees and toes should be tucked up and facing towards the ceiling, okay? So it's nice and steady, slow and steady up, slow and steady down. It's controlled. Don't just fling back. I'm going to learn and build that strength up. Good. That's it. Nice and steady. Big deep breaths. That's it. 2 more. Good. Okay. So from there, keeping your feet nice and wide for now. Okay. What you're going to do, you're going to draw up, pull it in as much as you can, go back in the same position. Okay. Keep your feet wide, coming up, tall as you can. Now you're trying to track your shoulders. Okay. So don't go into the middle. Okay. Try and stay in line with the shoulder. Right. So it's driven out. It's already tough. You're coming up to that shoulder, back there, keeping the feet in the same position, the knees in line, toes tucked up, really tough. That's it, keep it going. Good, a couple more. Good, okay, so back to drawing the feet out. Okay, big stretch. Puffing that chest out, squeezing the bum as you draw the toes out. Good, big deep breaths. So a couple more. Good, last one. Good. From there, sliding the bands up towards the knee, just going over, just over the other side, like so. Got about hand space between the knee itself and the band. Okay, you're going to bring those feet together. Okay, you're going to keep your knees wide, like so. Make sure your feet are nice and flat though, okay? So I'll go a little further back, knees are up nice and wide. You're going to draw your hips up, just like so, and come down, okay? Keeping those knees outwards, okay? Trying to aim for a straight line all the way from your shoulder, all the way up to that knee. Keep it going. Last two. Last one. Keep it up tall, okay? Okay, feet together, knees out, knees in. As tall as you can. Get that straight line from your shoulder all the way down to your knee. Nice and slow, nice and steady. Looking for that engagement, that slow burn. 2 more. Last one. Good job. Gently knock it down. Good. So sliding the bands off. Nice and easy. Okay. So chuck the bands away. Oof. Just like so. Grab yourself a little drink. Let me know how you're doing in the comment section so far, okay? So, to begin with, gonna push your chest up. You're gonna sit just like so, legs nice and straight. They're in line with my hip, so they're dead straight. I've got my knees facing towards the sky. I've got my toes facing towards the sky. Now, naturally, when you relax, some of you are going to be like this. Some of you may turn your feet in. Some of you may only have one foot turned in or out or whatever. But you're going to try and actively keep it all dead straight. Tuck your toes up so your toes are engaged and are facing upwards. Okay, try not to relax them into that resting place. Okay. From there, you're going to come up as tall as you can take it. Okay. So one, and there, and there's two. Okay. It's just going in a straight line to begin with. And there's two. Okay. Super small movements, keeping the leg as straight as you can. You're lifting with a hip flexor. Right here, you're not trying to bend and then kick. Okay. Proud chest. One thing you might want to do is end up rounding your back. Okay. As you come in, you want to crunch in. Try and do the opposite. Punch up, kick up. Okay, it's going to mean it's harder, especially for those who have tight hamstrings. As you call it up, you're going to feel it here. Okay, that's completely normal. It just means that you need to do a bit more hamstring flexibility, but you'll get there. It's a big deep breath. Good. Sit tall as you can. Last one. Good. Okay, so now, same position. Okay, you're going to come up. You're going to go out as wide as you can. Come down. Slide across the floor. Okay. Coming up. Wide as you can. Slide across the floor. Okay, same leg all the time. So up. Wide as you can. Try and keep it as tall as you can all the way through. Naturally, you're going to have some sort of twist. Good, two more. Good. From there, opposite leg, tall as you can. If you can, try and aim for that L shape. Get a full range of the hip. Then up. Using those hip flexors. Puffing that chest up as tall as you can. Good, two more. Good, last one. Good job. From there, you're going to be rolling over onto your front, placing your hands on your head, okay, on the floor. So you're resting your head on your hands. Okay, you're going to take your toes up. It's a small movement. I want you to lift from your glutes. Okay, don't want you to lift from your back. Okay, if you lift from your glutes, you lift here. Okay, and you'll keep your legs straight, and you won't be able to go as far as there. So you want to keep the front of your hip on the floor. Okay, this little knobbly bit by there. Okay, you're aiming for that. Stay on the floor as you lift up you're there. So it's a super small movement as you take a step back, okay? Gonna alternate it. So you're going there from 1, 2. Tucking those toes up, drawing the knee back. So you should be able to feel it in the hamstring. So keep it going. 2 more. Last one. Good. Gently coming up. Grab yourself another little drink whilst we go into this position. Okay. So grab yourself a little drink. Okay, this next one, you're going to go into this position. You're going to draw forward. Okay, get that stretch underneath here. Okay, and then feel the stretch and then draw through. As that stretches under load, you should then feel it continually in your soleus and then potentially the arches of your foot. Okay, so just draw back down. It's there. Stretching, walking through, coming back. All right. So there, lean it, stretch out your calf, separate the toes. As you come through, keep the load in the ball of your foot so you can feel it in your foot and particularly your Achilles. That's it. Good. 3 more. So good. So final one. Good. Okay, from there, swap sides. Nice and loose, nice and easy. From there, draw it through, cup it with your chest. Feel that stretch. Gently walking forward. Good. Keep those toes separate. Set 2 more. Good. Last one. Perfect. Okay. So this next one, standing up, grabbing your little balance cushion, if you will. Okay. This can be one of these Aerox pads. It can be a wobble board. It could be a cushion itself. It could be a number of towels folded together or placed on the floor. It's completely whatever you have. Okay. To begin with, you're going to place your left leg in the middle. You're going to separate your toes as much as you can. You're going to place your hands on your hips. You're going to come up. And you're just going to place your hand there. Your foot there even. So balancing as best as you can. Holding that spot. You should feel your foot moving around. Keep focusing on the heel and the big toe. Allowing yourself to shake a little. Or a lot. And swap the sides, okay? Straight in. Separate the toes. Foot to the side. So keep it going, nice and steady. 3, 2, 1. Stepping off, swap the sides again. Keep that intensity up. Try and find something in the distance you can stare at. Whether that's me, something else, the TV, the shape of the edge of the TV, the top of the telly, something on the floor. Just focus on that point. Good. Swap your legs. Straight in, guys. Just trying to build up a bit of fatigue in the ankle. So heel and big toe down. Separate those toes. Get that foot working. So 3, 2, 1. Last round. Foot down. Separate the toes. Back in. Let's go. Focus on that point. So 3, 2, 1. Good job. Swap the sides. Last time like this, then you get a little rest. There we go. So 3, 2, 1. Good job. Shake it out. Nice and easy. Grab yourself a little drink. Have yourself a little rest. Just going to knock this up ever so slightly. So the next one you're going to need this pole, okay? Blue Peter moment. Here's one I had earlier. Okay, so you're going to make sure you've got enough room. I'm going to turn this to the side slightly, okay? So you can see me better. You're going to plant one foot down, the foot that you were about to go back onto. Okay, this pole you're going to place on the floor in front. Okay, now you're not holding it into the floor. Okay, you're just resting it there. You're going to link your arm just like that. Okay, onto said pole. Okay, you're going to slowly make your way down the bottom. Using it as a guide, you're going to go as low as you can. You're going to tap the floor. And you're going to stand up and draw up with that hip flexor, okay? So slowly down. Okay, so if you haven't started, get going. Tap. Come through. Nice and steady. Last one. Good. From there, planting that foot down, separating those toes, exactly the same. Nice and loose with the grip. Nice and steady down, allowing the foot to tremor. Good. Big deep breaths. Good. Slow and steady. Ooh. Good. Ooh. Almost. And shake it out. Good job. Okay, so depending on the level of difficulty on that one, okay, you've got that exercise, right? And then the next one, you're going to place the stick on your foot, okay? You're going to tuck your toes up. This time you're going to move backwards, like so, tap, and drive forward, okay? Resting your heel down, but if you can, keep it up, okay? All right, so keep resting. Shake your feet out, get a bit of movement in them. It's going to help get rid of that waste product, that burning sensation a little bit. Get the blood flowing. Ooh. Nice and easy. Okay, so Same again, planting that front foot down. Separate the toes, okay, because that's going to really help you with your balance. Now, tuck in, stick in the middle of your foot, okay, tucking those toes up. Slow and steady wins the race, okay? So slow down, quick up. Down, tap, shoot up. Good job. Swap your feet. Get ready. Separate the toes again. Slow and steady wins the race, all right? Slow and steady down. Get in that spot. Tucking those toes up. Taking your time. So nice and easy. Gently coming down. Good, last one. Good. Again, shake it out. Loosen it up. Nice and gentle. Okay, so this next one, you're gonna dump these away, okay? Sliding them on the floor. Ooh, knocking the camera. So, how are we doing so far? Are we okay? I hope so. Grabbing your yoga block or your raised surface, okay? You are going to stand on it with that original leg, okay? You're gonna raise yourself up with this leg. You're gonna tuck your toes up. You're gonna sink your hips back. Tap the floor with your heel and drive up, nice and slow. Okay, so it's there, hips back, deep as you can, drive through. Okay, now if you're really struggling with this, okay, you literally put your foot down straight, and all I want you to do is stand up. Go down, stand up. But it's how you sit down, okay, and stand up, not drop down with the knee. Stand up. There's a slight difference, okay? So it's hips back, okay? It's not knee forward, okay? Otherwise, you're going to put a lot of stress in that patella tendon here, but then you're going to feel it here. You don't want to feel it here, you want to feel it up there, okay? Now, if you're using your mat as a guide, to make it harder, place the block on the opposite side of the mat, okay? And your goal is to stand tall, there, sink your hips and get that heel to the edge of that mat, okay? You ready? Set, let's go. Good, one more. Oh, I've lost it. Lost it. Right, noise. Okay, swap your feet and straight back in. Getting ready. And for me, this is my weakest side. It might be yours as well. So, slow and steady. Good, shake it out, nice and easy. Whew. So as you can see, it's a little bit tougher on that one side. Good morning, Lucy. How are you doing? So it's going to naturally be tougher one leg more than the other. For me, I'm better at balancing on my left. I'm more powerful on my right because I'm left-handed, so I stand like this. Okay, you might be the opposite. Okay, or you might be one-sided. Okay, you might be better at balancing on your right and more powerful on your right. Okay, but it's those balancing tendencies. When you're running, for example, you need to be able to stabilize and explode before you go onto the other foot. Okay, so single leg exercises like this are key for human biology, human performance, biomechanics, correcting movements, and also boosting performance. You know, a lot of athletes are doing single leg exercises purely because it increases kind of running mechanics, acceleration, and so on and so forth. Okay, so it's really key that you start including that into your training. Okay, so tall as you can. One more round, right? Going to 3, 2, 1. Sinking it down. Draw back up. Good. Swap your feet. Nice and tall. Tuck your toes up. Big draw down. One more. Good job. Shake it out. Okay, so gently coming down. Placing your yoga block in the middle now. Okay, just going to knock the camera back down again so you can see my feet. Ever so slightly there. Okay. So big deep breath. Should be hot and sweaty now. Okay. This time we're gonna go one leg up, over, 2 leg up, over, tap, there, 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 there. Again, nice proud chest. Okay, squeezing your shoulder blades back together, your toes, your knees, just like we did earlier when you were kicking up. Just like so. This time you've got an object. Your hip flexors are going to be tired now. Okay, it's important that they work, get them strong. It's going to help take the pressure off your lower back and also help with that driving force when you're doing sprinting or top flight running, depending on what type of athlete you are. Okay, so puff that chest up tall as you can, draw down. Good. That's it. Good, keep going. Sit, keep it up. Good, okay. And relax, good job. Okay, so what you're going to try and do now is tuck both legs up, slide over, back down, up, there, back down, okay? You're going to lean back ever so slightly. You're going to use those hands. You're not going to try and lay down and do it. I want you up as tall as you possibly can. Coming up, over, back down, tucking those toes up, back down. It's going to work your hip flexors. It's going to work your lower abs as you're there, okay? So proud chest, puff it out, lift up, draw over, come down. Two more. Good. From there, gently sliding your blocks out of the way. What you're going to do is go back into that original stretch where you're up here, you draw your hips down, you've got your hands in line with your heel, and you're trying to drive your hip forward into that position. So big deep breaths, okay? That was really, really good, guys, honestly. Super job. Good. From there, keeping that front foot forward, stretching back, stretching out the hamstrings, reaching out your toes. Amazing. Good job. Swap sides. So I hope you're all feeling well. Hope you enjoyed today's session. Thank you very much for joining me. Good. From there, stretching back, reaching the toes. Good. From there, bringing your feet together, set up as tall as you can, tuck your toes together, draw in as much as possible. So nice proud chest. Great job. So tall as you can. Nice and proud. Draw those knees down as much as you can. And relax. Good job. Well done. Shake it out. Nice and loose. Thank you very, very much for joining me. Hope you've all enjoyed yourself today. Hope you enjoyed today's session. Thank you kindly for joining me. Well done. Have an amazing day. Have an amazing weekend. I look forward to seeing you again for Monday morning session. Over the weekend, I've had a few requests that I can try and catalogue these classes in a better format, given the date of the weeks and so on. So they're easy to find if you particularly like a certain session and you want to go back and visit it. Obviously, because of the amount of videos we have now, it's much, much more harder to find these videos. That way you can log the date in your mind or in a book. And then you can revisit them that way, okay? So what I'm going to do over this weekend is categorize them week by week, stick them in one big folder like they are now, and then I'm also going to put them in subfolders as well on the playlist section, okay? So look out for that come end of Saturday, should be done. So if you ever kind of want to revisit any of these classes, should be easier to find for you in that playlist section, okay? If you have any questions or any requests, certain types of exercises, certain injuries you have, please don't hesitate to ask. I will do my very best to get that content out to you. and upload it onto here for you, so it can help you for your particular individuality and your particular circumstances. Okay, like I said, thanks for joining me. Have an amazing day, whatever you get up to. Stay dry, stay safe, and yeah, I'll see you Monday. Take care. Thanks for joining me.